elevator tries to bring you down. Go crazy.
Still with it, fire scores! Power play is over, centered, score! Trouble changing here. McDavid, beautiful move.
Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. We'll search for the purple banana before they put us in the trap. We're all excited. We don't know why.
Ovechkin fires. He scores! Farewell, Phil. Ovechkin moves past the great Esposito.
What's it all for?
This year, who will it be?
Before the Grim Reaper come and knocking at your door. And now we gotta let the elevator break us down. So let's go crazy. Let's get nuts.
Stop it! He lost segment! Craig Smith, the wraparound! It's over! Craig Smith is the Bruins lead the series!
Let's get nuts.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Season 5, Episode 2 of the Powerskateshow. We got a good one for you guys. Lots of jersey unveilings to talk about. A certain team getting eliminated from playoff contention. We all know who it is. We're going to have some fun. And a certain nostalgia of the week who has recent birthday and milestone and reverse retro news and a trade that we're gonna dive into, but let's get into it. I still forgot the tuning sound effects, but let's give it up to Mr. Grandpa from Postal Sports Zone.
Woo! Here I am, back again as per usual. We'll create our own sound effects. Why not? Welcome, Friday night edition of the Powerskate Show. Our schedule's getting shuffled around like crazy, but that's all right. We'll still bring you your weekly podcast as always. Season 5, Episode 2. Brand Fluff and Fletcher Sports Zone back at it as always with Alex Stossel. Fun week. And also, I regained access to the Powerskate Instagram account. So, yay, claps around. It means more show topics. What could go wrong there?
Mm-hmm. And also, congrats to Grant on uncovering the Beanpot tournament as probably definitely the first time that we're going to talk about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get this underway since we're going to have some fun. You know the drill. I'm going to say this once again. You got to follow the Powerskateshow Instagram. Best in the game. Am I right?
Absolutely right.
Next up, you got to follow the Adam Schefter of hockey. Franchise Sports News. And yeah, do not look at the top left. Just follow Grant and just have fun. All right? We're cool? All right, cool. We're golden. All right, awesome. Let's start out some reverse retro news. And then we can move forward. Per hockey YouTuber Post to Post, which is pretty much our now reverse retro rumor source, said that he was told that the Rangers are going to use the Liberty logo as their inverse logo or their shoulder patch for their new reverse retro for next season. Thoughts about it?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely a smart idea. This is a beloved jersey by not only Ranger fan, but hockey fans in general. I mean, it definitely makes sense why they'd want to bring a jersey like this back. It looks so classic. It's so New York with, I mean, I've always loved the design of this jersey, and definitely bringing it back would definitely raise up the revenue for their franchise, I'm sure. Selling these bad boys in the gift shop and whatnot. It's a fantastic jersey. I mean, especially if you put guys like Messier or Lundqvist on your jersey, you know, get these custom made. I mean, it just makes it look so awesome. You know, I've always loved the design of this jersey. I actually do own one. I would love if the Rangers use this full time moving forward, reverse retro or not. I just want this to be an alternate jersey moving forward for them.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit from that topic. They might use a white or gray reverse retro for the Rangers.
Oh, a gray jersey for the Rangers would look pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hearing about. Now we have a trade to talk about. And I just want to say this. Ironic enough, this certain person was traded the day before the 2-year anniversary of the same series hat trick. We all know that game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Toffoli is now a Calgary Flame. He is out on the fraud list.
That's right. And he's going to the other fraud team that's actually making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I will say that the trade itself, it's interesting, all right? Because you look at it now and you say Montreal has absolutely fleeced Calgary, and I get what you're saying by that. Here's the thing, though. With this trade, the Flames are getting that forward piece they desperately need for a deep playoff run. However, and that is a huge however, Calgary is already brinked to the salary cap point. They still need to re-sign Johnny Gaudreau, and now they gave up a good depth piece in Tyler Pitlick, which isn't the biggest end of the world, a very good prospect in Emlyn Hyman, a 2022 first, a 2024 fourth, and a 2024 fifth, which I think that fourth can convert into a second that year, if I'm not mistaken, if certain requirements are reached. That has a lot of draft capital on top of a fantastic prospect that you are giving up in this trade. It is essentially cup or bust for Calgary, where even if they do acquire someone good as Tyler Toffoli, I don't see how they're making it past the second round still. Not in the Western Conference anyway. It's just kind of a weird trade in my opinion. It's a good trade now Calgary wins this deal until Montreal selects those players with their draft picks. At least in my opinion, that's how I view it.
Yeah, Calgary definitely wins this trade. For now, unless Montreal does something.
Calgary could definitely win the trade if Montreal's picks flop. Keep that in mind, which may happen. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Now we have some injury news. It's Mark Stone who's going to be out for the whole season. For this whole season with the back injury. But we will get to Jack Eichel in a second.
Yeah, but Mark Stone being out for the rest of the year, I mean, this just sucks. I mean, this guy cannot stay healthy this year. He was averaging 28 points in 28 games. Phenomenal season. And I believe he was part of the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken. Squeaked in a spot in that All-Star game. But, yeah, I mean, if he's out the rest of the year, even with Jack Eichel coming back, I don't know how good Vegas is going to be, especially on that first line.
Now, first time talking about the Beanpot tournament. Dylan Pearson scored a game-winning goal, 3 minutes left with a 1-0 victory. And fun fact, this was the 69th annual Beanpot tournament.
That's correct.
But
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. This is also the first time since 2017 that Northeastern did not win the Beanpot. And the fact that it was a defensive stalemate the entire time. Pearson scores with about 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. Everyone's going crazy. BU holds on to win 1-0. Congratulations to Boston University. I believe on their 34th title, I believe it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. The Beanpot tournament, of course, obviously, were the 4 best college hockey teams in Massachusetts, of course, being Boston University, Northeastern, Hartford, and Boston College, all battled out in the 4-game tournament. We have the first game, which was a tie between Harvard and Boston College, 3-3. And then you have this game, which truly defined what the Beanpot was, a game that should come down to the wire, and which it did. And the better team won, in my opinion. So congratulations to Boston University on that Beanpot tournament win. Hopefully they can repeat next year. But, yeah, it's a fantastic hockey tradition here in the state of Massachusetts. I love watching it every year. And first time we got to talk about it because in 2020 we started the show in April. Obviously, Beanpot happens in February, so we're not going to be bringing that up. And then, of course, last year they canceled the tournament because of COVID. So it's finally nice to post about it this year.
yeah. And now we have a trade rumor, which we pretty much been hearing this for like the past month or so.
But now
What?
confirmed.
Yeah. Drew wants to go to Colorado as his main destination. You know what? If the move happened just now, this is a cup or bust for Colorado. This is a cup or bust because Colorado, they've been stuck in the second round for like how long? Like 3 years.
Yep.
They're not going anywhere once they get Claude Giroux. So the question is, what will Philadelphia get? Like Tyson Jost.
I was literally about to say they're getting Tyson Jost in the deal, no question. They're definitely getting a 2022 and potentially even 2023 first. So that's a lot. And again, as you said, it's cup or bust for Colorado. I mean, even with Nathan McKinnon being on and off the injured list, this team is still deep enough to make the finals, let alone win the cup. This team should not be continuously losing in the second round like they have been the past few years. You get someone like Claude Giroux, that just proves if you don't win a cup, you are quickly just diminishing your chances of ever building a championship core. you already have that amazing roster. But if Colorado fails, if they acquire Claude Giroux, where do they go from there? Other than potentially acquire a better goaltender? I mean, there's no excuse. In my opinion, anyway. I mean, you just got to get the job done if you're Colorado. First things first, trade deadline coming up in a few weeks. You want to get someone like Claude Giroux, you can. You're going to have to give up a couple of young pieces, but you can get someone like Claude Giroux to strengthen yourself, a cup run, get past Vegas, get past Edmonton, get past, other very good teams in that Western Conference. Run away with the division, make the playoffs, run through the Pepsi Center, take it one step at a time.
The ball arena now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did change the arena name last year. I forgot about that. But, yes, you're the Avalanche. Get Claude Giroux. I think it would be worth it.
Now we have a nostalgia of the week. Our true nostalgia. I had to say this, Grant. The true nostalgia of the week, then Laurie Korpikoski. This man needs no introduction. Oh. Is it pulling up?
Yep, it is. How about that?
All
We
right.
did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Settle down, crowd. Settle down. All right. Yager has turned 50 3 days ago. Unreal.
And he said back in 2016 he's going to try to play until he's 50 years old. Well, guess what? He has officially accomplished that dream. 19 points in 36 games as well this season. A 50-year-old, rather than a 49-year-old, is still producing a point every other game level. Granted, it's in the European leagues, but that's no slouch. Obviously, Yager going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame within due time. Yeah, I mean, this is obvious stuff. The guy had a passion to play this game until he's 50. Now he officially does that. Does he retire from pro hockey at the end of the year? Who knows? That's a good question. Does he continue to play? That is to be determined. But again, the fact that he is now 50 years old and still averaging a point in every other game this year on average is just truly remarkable. I mean, you want to talk about the passion you have for the sport. This guy was drafted by the Penguins in 1990. This guy was a part of those back-to-back cup wins by Pittsburgh in 91 and 92. That's how long this guy's been around for. Yeah. And like I mentioned, he was still playing in the NHL as recently as 2017.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah, I gotta congratulate him for getting what he's been pulling off. We all know that the skating for Jaromir Jagr. It's like beer league level skating. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has no longer have the skating that Jagr has, but like good for him. Like he had like 8 goals and 11 assists in 35 games with HC Kladno. He is the future Hall of Famer, like you've said, and dreaming about playing when he's 50. That's basically like if Tom Brady would be still around for football. I'm
right.
giving that as an example. Like doing that comparison, we know that he's a Hall of Famer because of how long he's been playing, how long he's still around. No doubt. This is what I think what Pavel Datsyuk, in my opinion, as an example, future nostalgia of the week.
Oh, future Hall of Famer, future everything. I got you.
Yeah. I can see he'll play until he's 50.
Oh, yeah. Datsyuk probably.
Mm-hmm. And can we also bring back Chris Chelios?
Chris Chelios. Let's see. Datsyuk's 43. Maybe. Maybe.
Mhm. All right, now we have to play another round of applause. Let's give it up to our new 500 goal scorer member, three-time Stanley Cup champion. I was sad when he won it, but I'll give him respect just for a day. I gotta give it up to Sidney Crosby.
Ugh. Yuck. Yuck. Not like Crosby. Ovechkin's better than you, by the way. But yes, we shall give Crosby. Crosby deserves a day with no slander just because of this terrific milestone, huh? Scored his first goal against the Bruins, scores his 500th goal against the Flyers. Of course, he scored the most goals in his career against the Flyers. How ironic. The Penguins come back from 4-2 to win the game 5-4 in overtime. This was just your typical Sidney Crosby game in the Pittsburgh era, is basically what it was. And I thought it was really cool to just see everybody on the Pittsburgh Penguins just huddle around Crosby celebrating this milestone with them. I mean, you have Malkin getting the assist. It's against the Penguins. It's fantastic. And then Crosby scores. The building's going nuts. And you have every single Penguin come off that bench to hug Crosby. I mean, that's just fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and you may be wondering, what's this picture? That's his first NHL goal. That's the picture when he scored his first NHL goal.
Yep.
All right, now we have a game alert. And then the next one, we got to play the Crickets. All right, do you want to go for a rant if you want?
I mean, there's no reason to go on a rant. Rangers win 2-1 after a 9-round shootout. I mean, I commentate this game on my channel. It was a great game. I'm not going to lie to you. Charlie Coyle scored about 4 minutes in, and then the Bruins offense just went flat the rest of the day. But again, they were still without Bergeron. They were still without Marchand. What are you going to do, really? Swayman played his best. I thought Swayman would have performed a little bit better in the shootout, but granted, he did make 6 saves in that shootout, so I guess I can't really complain. It's just an issue where if Bergeron and Marchand are playing, the Bruins probably do squeak this one out, simply because Sorokin was literally playing, or not Sorokin, excuse me. Yeah. Shesterkin was basically playing the shootout, half concussed after Coyle ran him over in overtime, That wasn't cool. But the fact he was able to come back and perform well in the shootout was nice to see. Guys like Arcala, Trent Frederick, these guys were taking shots in the shootout. And again, if you replace those guys with Bergeron and Marchand, especially Marchand in the shootout, I mean, you're talking a different hockey game here, probably. And the Bruins end up winning in like the 5th round of the shootout. But what are you going to do? Keandre Miller beat Jeremy Swayman to the blocker's side. Ending, again, 9-round shootout. You hardly see those anymore. It was absolutely bizarre. Great win for the Rangers. Good showing by the Bruins. If we posted the Bruins-Islanders game last night, I would go on a little bit more of a rant. But this was just congrats to the Rangers. You got to beat teams like the Bruins to show you're legit. And they were at home. They came back from that 1-0 deficit, and they persevered through injuries and won it in the end. So I tip my cap to the Rangers, and Jeremy Swayman played well. Charlie Coyle played well. Charlie McAvoy played well. I would like to see a little bit more out of the third line, especially Jake DeBrusk. Always disappointed me. But neither here nor there. Congrats on that win, Rangers. That was a fun game to watch.
Speaking of disappointment, and I think we need to have a moment of silence. I gotta do it again.
I mean, Sucks, but that's what's going to happen. When you've only won 9 games and we're in the middle of February, you're going to want to, you're going to get a little bit flustered. And when you start having teammates starting to, not get along during practice, it's just not a good look for the organization. It just sucks what Montreal's going through right now. I mean, again, to be 3 wins away from the Stanley Cup last year, just to be the outright worst team in the league, I'm sure it's tough on these players. Obviously, trading a great locker room presence like Tyler Toffoli probably didn't make him any happier. So they're going to get frustrated, and that's unfortunately going to be the case for Montreal. Of course, we talked about how they battled through injuries all season. They just continue to not play as good. And, it's unfortunate, but, these athletes are humans and they're going to get frustrated with each other.
Yeah. Here's a good topic. And also one word, fraud.
Oh, of course.
Here's a fun one. Bruce Boudreau. How we doing, my friend? We miss you. We miss you here in DC, my friend. Bruce Boudreau announced his top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time during an interview last night. His list is Bret Hart, Kevin Owens, Johnny Powers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock.
Oh, that's a fantastic list, but I will say, he did say he was going to try to go all Canadian wrestlers, and it was looking good. The fact to even know who Kevin Owens was impressed me a lot. But to name the top 5 wrestlers to say, I'm going to try to make them all Canadian. Now listen, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, fantastic wrestlers back in the day. I mean, those were the 2 champions right there. But to say you're going to try to name 5 Canadian wrestlers and you're going to go with Kevin Owens, Johnny Powers over, I don't know, Chris Jericho and Edge is kind of, it's interesting. But you know what? It's his opinion. So obviously we'll not rustle too many feathers. My favorite wrestler is from Ireland. Random fact.
Who's that dude? Crap, what? Oh my God, what's his name? Conor McGregor.
No, you're thinking MMA.
Oh.
I mean WWE wrestling. Sheamus is my favorite wrestler.
Oh, Sheamus. I forgot.
Yeah, the bro kick. But anyway, I just love how, this is a question I would ask. Sometimes when you're a reporter, you're going to get issues like you had the other week where, that, like, hey, Leon Draisaitl, why are you so pissy? You're gonna get crap, you're gonna get crap like that by reporters. But then when you have fun questions like, hey, I know you're a big wrestling fan, give us your top 5 favorite wrestlers. It lightens up the mood of the coach instead of the monotonous answer about practice, answer about preparation, answer about the game. It's just good to get, the good side at coaches every once in a while. And they kind of need more people like this, especially Bruce Boudreau is such a nice guy. You can kind of get away with asking him a question like this. So I think well done by the reporter and well done by Bruce Boudreau taking the question seriously and actually putting some consideration in his answer.
Yeah. I'll say my favorite top 5 wrestlers. Undertaker will deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes, he did get in the Hall of Fame today.
Undertaker, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and I'd say it, but John Cena.
Yeah,
Or Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss? All right. For my 5, I guess I'll go with Sheamus. I don't really watch it now, but back in the day, I was a big fan of Ryback. I was a big fan of The Big Show. I guess if I had to go female wrestler, it would be Carmella. And for my 5th, I don't know. Probably, I'll go with the legend here and say, Honestly, I'm not afraid to sugarcoat it. I'm a big Hulk Hogan guy, so I'll probably go with him for my fifth favorite there.
I am a real
American. No, don't worry, Bruce Boudreaux's Canadian. He won't be singing that anytime soon.
Now, upset hour. We're not gonna play the crickets because there's no reason to.
There's no reason to. I mean, listen, congratulations to the Canadian women's team for defeating America 3-2. Great game. At least the women's team performed better than the men's team.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, losing to
you have a ton of AHL guys on the U.S. team, so.
yeah. But no, I will say though, as per usual, Hillary Knight absolutely dominant throughout the entire run for the United States. But I don't know. I think they just ran out of gas at the end, and honestly, Canada seemed like the better team coming into the game. They ultimately won it in the end. So, congrats to them. I think this is now their 57th gold title combined, Canada in hockey or something like that. I don't exactly remember that number, but yeah, it was very impressive by Canada winning.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, congrats on Canada for winning the gold.
See, you were gonna do Canada dirty and play the crickets. Like, come on, man.
I am not. Yeah. We got some interesting jersey news. Dick's Sporting Goods released potential classic cut jerseys for the Penguins and the San Jose Sharks, which are the Golden Seals, and a few other teams.
I think the Avalanche might have a Nordiques in the making as well. A lot of reverse retro rumors being thrown around here. First and foremost, gotta love the 70s Penguins look. And
No, I don't.
You don't? I love these blue uniforms.
It is not the. Yeah, I understand it's their original logo. I get. Call me high wherever you want.
Oh boy, always fun when you say that line.
This jersey should not ever be existed whatsoever. Do you know why? Because for the past, the past teams that are in Pittsburgh, like the Steelers and the Pirates, all have black and yellow.
Yeah, but that's the point. Pittsburgh isn't transforming to teal light blue colors. This is just their throwback to represent, hey, when we sucked back in the 60s and 70s, we wore these before we switched to black and gold in the 80s. I think it looks nice. It makes it look like the jersey's made out of ice or something. I mean, if anything, I'm complaining that the San Jose Sharks are going to roll out the California Golden Seals. I'm the exact opposite. I love the Pittsburgh jersey. I hate the Sharks jersey. Comparing the Golden Knights and the Sharks is so stupid. They literally played 20 years apart from each other. I know technically, theoretically, they're part of the Sharks franchise. They both played in the Cow Palace. Of course, the Golden Seals in the 60s and 70s and the Sharks in the early 90s. I get that stuff, but, I mean, the Sharks are also associated with the Cleveland Barons and I think a couple other teams. Listen, if anything, I'm complaining about the Golden Seals getting a jersey because they were the most right there with the Atlanta Thrashers for most pathetic NHL franchise to have ever existed. And I'm sorry, I'll say that lightly, but the Golden Seals were a train wreck. And in fact, I was watching a documentary the other day about them. They had to change their name 11 times in 8 years.
Wow.
Like, how do you do that? I mean, you want to talk about an unstable business. I mean, again, this is in the 70s, so they could get away with this stuff. But, I mean, you just want to talk about an absolute clown show being run. The Golden Seals were clear examples of that.
Oh, my God.
But you know what? I just like the fact that they are bringing back the old uniforms for both Pittsburgh and San Jose. I'm just saying, I like them both personally. If the Sharks want to wear the Golden Seals, that's fine with me. I'm just saying, which one doesn't make sense out of the two? The Pittsburgh one makes more sense in my opinion.
Yeah. Now we have a game alert. Now, probably our fifth Powerscape publicity. Well, not necessarily, but it's up there. The Avalanche defeat the Golden Knights 2-0. Jack Eichel's first game. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to be doing game alerts until Eichel records a point. Or records a point and the Golden Knights win. That's what we're going for.
All right. You know what? That's a cool idea. Evander Kane was doing too good for Edmonton, so he had to switch up our game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Curse you, Evander.
Now, we got to do jersey unveilings. That's the main event.
Yes.
Sabres unveiled their Heritage Classic jersey. W or L?
Middle. It's not a W, it's not an L. It's more of a W than an L. Let's just put it to you that way. But the Sabres could do a lot better than this. I felt this is very similar to the jerseys they wore in the 2018 Winter Classic against the Rangers. And kind of a more cooler version of their Winter Classic jerseys from 2007 against Pittsburgh. I don't know. I've already seen the Sabres wear white too many times during an outdoor game. And just to see them come out with another one. Oh, yeah. Well, now this will be the third time. I don't know. I don't know. It's just because I think I've already seen this jersey basically twice already. I'm not like impressed with it. It's a good jersey. It works, but an outdoor game, get a little bit more out there. I'm not saying bring back the bison head or anything like that. I mean, if you want to do that, that would be insane. But I'm not saying, go crazy like that. But, definitely put some more design. Maybe make it a blue jersey or just kind of change something up.
Yeah. I'm going to say this a W because, yes, like, they've been doing a ton of whites. But at least they kind of like darken a little bit. So
Darkened it a little bit. It looks a little bit more creamier now than just regular white. I mean, again, it's not awful. It's just we've seen this before by the same team. So it's not really like, wow, this is a crazy unveiling.
Mm-hmm. Now, we got another jersey unveiling, 2 in one post. Hershey Bears and Stockton Heat both unveiled their new alternates.
Okay, and again, this is what I'm talking about. In the AHL, you can get a little bit more wonky with your uniforms, and these are W's. To have the Stockton Heat not even wear an ounce of red on that uniform is absolutely incredible. And that Hershey Bear uniform, I mean, that just screams Hershey Bears on it. Absolutely love the color scheme. And obviously with Hershey and the number on the jersey, it just looks very clean. Fantastic uniforms on both sides.
And old.
Yeah, of course. Also showing that, representing that throwback look where Stockton's introducing that future look. I like it.
I have that same jersey, which I'm going to pull out right now. This is the jersey that I have, which was the early CCM jerseys before they kind of like rebrand. So, So yeah, it's good that they brought this back. I kind of thought that they would do something new. Like you have like a ton of choices. Like you got like the old Hershey Bears jersey. also one thing. We talked about Mike Nicola who passed away like a couple weeks ago.
Right.
If you want to make something way better than that, this is my idea. You should have the what the Bears were during their past specialty jerseys. Here's an example which I'm pulling it up. And also this is gonna be my plan, and I'll give you my choices, and then you can do your thoughts. I'm thinking that the Bears should have it like that, or like the word Hershey, like what it has. Or if you want to just have fun, maybe that. Sorry if it's gonna take a while to load.
Oh no, they're loading pretty quickly. I like that one, but I don't know. I personally like the one they just came out with more than the first one, but that one looked cool. The one you just shown, kind of get like more to like the chocolate Hershey, color, kind of more of like the darkish maroonish color. I like that.
Yeah. Like Hershey has a ton of options throughout their whole entire history.
So basically, you're saying they got a little bit on the lazy side.
Kinda.
Kinda. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Kind of like me with the Sabres in a way. Not an awful jersey, but like we've kind of already seen it before, so like we're not going to get too crazy about it. Even though for me, who of course doesn't pay half attention to the AHL as Alex does, I like that type of jersey. But I get if you're a Hershey Bears fan, and you've kind of already seen that jersey before, I can see how it gets competitive.
Yeah. Stockton Heat, I'm gonna say that's a massive W.
That's a massive W. Again, the fact that they are the Heat and they don't even put red on their jersey is incredible.
Yeah. All right, now we have an injury to talk about. Lightning rounds, sorta. Kajula will be out due to undergo neck fusion, pretty much an AKA the Jack Eichel surgery. So he'll be back around 6 to 8 months, which we may not get into that pretty much, but
yeah, unfortunately he's done for the rest of the year. So that sucks. But Buffalo's in a good second liner, but I'm sure they'll be all right.
The Toronto Arenas, yes, that's an L.
Because haven't we seen this before?
That is the Heritage Classic, and do you know what? This is sort of like the Hertford Whalers, basically. You had that specialty jersey back like 3 years ago. And now you want to say, oh, the Toronto Arenas? Good thing that you shaded the arenas with blue.
How are you going to see that? I think that's a massive L as well.
Yeah.
Again, it's an outdoor game. Get creative. Don't use a jersey. Don't copy a jersey and make a worse version of said jersey. Even if the arenas was kind of more white and you could read it, I still was never a fan of this uniform. I always was just like, oh, okay, this is like a bland jersey. It's a good way for the Maple Leafs to show like their classic look. But I was never amazed by this jersey. Again, Toronto could come out with like a turquoise jersey. They could come out with something really cool, keep the dark shade of blue, and make like a really fantastic looking Maple Leaf. You can get creative with this. Same thing with the Sabres. It's like why are you choosing jerseys we've seen before? I get obviously it's not easy to come up with new jersey concepts, but this one especially, I felt like Toronto rushed it. I mean, considering they're only announcing it a few weeks before the game anyway, probably isn't a good sign.
And
But
did
I
you
felt
know?
like they rushed it.
And do you know what I want to see? The Maple Leafs reverse retro from last year.
Exactly. I mean, at least that jersey was decent and they tried something new. And I honestly liked it much more than I like this one.
Yeah. All right, now instead of playing the crickets, crowd, you may laugh.
You remember in 2020 when the Red Wings got eliminated in the middle of February? Yep, the Canadians experienced the same thing. And again, this is a team who was in the Stanley Cup Finals this past July.
According to this picture,
You can forget it. I mean, everyone knew Montreal was frauds, but like this is embarrassing. Again, you only have with their win against the Blues last night, you have 10 wins on the year out of
no,
50 plus
it's
games.
9 wins.
9? I thought it was 10, but anyway, I mean, who even cares? The moral of the story is you're the worst team in the league, and you know, number one picks aren't even protected because remember, draft lottery. So you may go 20 and 60, and it's not a guarantee you get that number one pick. You can still be selecting third or fourth. Montreal already has a young team. There's no reason to really be this bad and get younger. I don't know what the deal is. Montreal should definitely be fourth or fifth in their division right now. I mean, you're going to tell me that Detroit, Buffalo, and Ottawa are all not only better, but significantly better than Montreal? That's bizarre. It shouldn't be this way.
That is unbelievable.
Unreal.
And who is the here's a question for you. Who is the leading goal scorer? And how many goals does this player have?
I don't think it's much. I'm going to say leading goal scorer would be oh, you can just go ahead and say it. I have no idea. I'm going to go with it's going to be like Paul Byron or something probably. Yeah, I knew that was wrong.
Nick Suzuki,
Oh, makes sense.
9 goals.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's Nick Suzuki, but the 9 goals that's bad. I mean, listen, we've seen crappy teams in the NHL before. They were the expansion team Sharks. They were the expansion team Senators. There was, many of those years when the Atlanta Thrashers were bad. The expansion team Capitals. Those early 2000 Bruin teams, like they were some pretty god-awful teams that only ended up winning. Even the Sabres, in the past decade, and Coyotes, like there's been situations before where teams have won 17 or 18 games in one season. And yes, that looks awful. But again, are they coming off a Stanley Cup final appearance, or were they picking number 3 in the draft and were continuing the rebuild and still sucked? That's the point. Montreal went from being a fraud to just garbage.
Yeah.
Like, if Montreal was a fraud, they would have probably just missed out on the playoffs. Like, this is taking fraud in the dictionary and taking it to a whole different level. This is just, they got lucky. They basically hit the lottery and failed to cash in the lot. I'm going to explain this to you. They won $1 million on a scratch ticket and lost it. Or their dog ate it, or whatever the analogy you want to use. That basically describes what has happened to the Canadians. They had one good thing happen to them. They got way too confident in themselves, and now they're awful.
Pride comes before the fall. Now we
Right
got.
before the fall, exactly.
Now we have a caption contest, which is the first time in quite a while. Caption contest. We got one kind of just for now checking themselves in the reflection of his helmet.
Maybe. I mean, what the heck do they want to? I don't know. It's a good caption contest. I would say for this one, it would be me and the friends trying to pick what to eat at a restaurant.
Oh, here's
I'll
a good
use
one,
that one.
which I'm gonna comment. Let's see. Hey Drew, how's the wife? Submit.
You are one interesting character to assume that out of that image, but okay.
Oh, and I just got a notification that I said it.
Yeah, no, I did too.
All right, now last one, and then we'll do like guess who and all that good stuff. Bully RV is gonna be out 3 to 4 weeks, and that is totally unfortunate. At least it's not long term. He's pretty much gonna be back like the second week of March.
Yeah, no, he'll be back, I would imagine, within 3 weeks. But yeah, I mean, he's just had a rough going. Didn't score in 15 games, and I think he scored like 3 goals in 5 games, and now he's hurt. Like, it's just been a roller coaster season for Jesse Pugliarvi, to say the least.
Yeah. All right, now next we'll do guess who, and I think we'll find some good players going forward.
Let's see here.
All right. I'll let you go first if you would like.
I'm looking for my dude. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think of some just random NHL goalie, I guess. I don't know.
Oh!
I guess that's kind of a giveaway. I'm thinking of a goalie, but I don't know who. Or maybe I'm just saying goalie and I won't pick a goalie. No, I'm thinking of a goalie. I don't know who though.
Dude. I already got one. So.
All right, you go.
All right, this dude was drafted by the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1999, third round, 86 overall. He's a goaltender. 95 games played with 26 wins, 48 losses, 5 in overtime / tie, 3.44 goals against, and an .892 save percentage. He played for the Penguins for 4 years, Blackhawks and Ducks, and finished his career with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
This was 98 draft?
99.
Oh, 99. Okay. Let's see. Fleury was in 03 and also didn't play on any of those teams other than Pittsburgh, so ain't him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with, let's see here. Wait. Goalie. And you said he retired with the Devils?
Lightning.
Lightning? Oh, shit. I was thinking Johan Hedberg, but no.
Oh!
Also wrong. That was a good guess, but that one's wrong. I'm still looking here. You may have got me stumped on this one. I'm trying to think. Goalies who were drafted by Pittsburgh, and I'm thinking Fleury, Murray, and guys who were drafted well before 1999. I'm going to just go with a random goalie who I think was drafted in 99. I know Ryan Miller was drafted in 99, but I know that wasn't it. I'm going to go with Michael Laniak or something. No, that's wrong.
You mean Michael Layton?
Michael Layton. Oh, Michael Layton. Michael Layton's my guess. I don't think that's who I was thinking of, but
No,
Michael Layton.
It's Sebastian Caron.
That's a name I haven't heard of in a while. Okay.
He used to be Dwayne Rollison's backer for like 2 minutes.
For 2 minutes. Oh, there we go. I love Dwayne Rollison. All right.
Yes, you do.
All right. Anyway, we got another goal. Okay, I found my goalie who I think is actually tougher than your goalie. We're going to try him anyway. Dwayne Rollison. Oh, come on. That's not that tough. I know Dwayne Rollison facts. All right. This guy was drafted. He was actually undrafted. Oh, great. I didn't realize that. He was undrafted. He played on the Islanders, Blue Jackets, and Wild. In 37 games played, he had a 16-13-2 record with 0 career shutouts and a career save percentage of .920. Or .914, rather.
When was his last season and what team?
His last season was the Minnesota Wild in 2010, where he played in 3 games and literally went 1-1-1.
Wow.
He was Nicholas Backstrom's water boy for a little bit.
Oh my God, water boy.
Basically, him and Josh Harding, he was their water boy for a little bit. This is actually a really tough one. He primarily played on the Islanders, though. With the Islanders, he played 4 seasons and went 16-13-2. He was basically DiPietro's water boy as well.
Oh, cool. I love how you said water boy.
I mean, really, he was only the 3rd string goalie everywhere he went, it seems.
Oh my God. Okay, I am gonna say. I was about to say Steve Mason when he said the Blue Jackets.
No,
Well, he was with the Flyers and the Jets.
he's probably Steve Mason's water boy too.
Oh my God. I'll say
Okay, I'll kind of give this one away. Well, I don't know if he'll give it away or not, but his first name is Wade.
Wade.
Yeah, his first name is Wade. If you know a goalie name who has the first name Wade, go for it.
All right. It's Wade 3 Albra Jedabra 47 9.
Just blurring out numbers here.
That's
Sweet.
his name.
Welch's.
Dude Welch's. Oh, isn't that nice?
Okay. My God.
All right, this one I'm gonna throw a slow ball. So good luck homering this pitch.
Baseball references in a hockey show? We do that here?
Good question. This dude was drafted in the 2008 NHL draft by the Nashville Predators, 207th overall pick, 7th round. He played for the Predators for 2 seasons, and the Lightning, and the Stars, played 1 minute of Sabres and Coyotes.
Goalie?
Yes, and also fun
Hunter's
fact.
Lindback. You don't even need to continue. I know it's Hunter's
Yeah,
Lindback.
Yep, home run.
Yeah, that one. That was a bit too easy, I felt, because when you said he was drafted by the Predators playing the Lightning, I'm like, this is going to be Lindback. And then when you said he played on the Sabres and Coyotes for a cup of coffee, I'm like, oh, this is Lindback. Too easy. That one was too easy, but all right, I'll try to think of a hard one. How is this? We'll choose. I'm trying to pick someone that you can guess.
John Scott.
John Scott, yeah. All right, let's go. Ooh. I don't know if you got this one or not, but this is an interesting one. All right, he was drafted by the Senators in the 4th round of the 2005 draft, 98 overall. He had only 2 points in 11 career games, but he is the son of an NHL Hall of Famer.
Who's the father of the Hall of Famer?
Oh, you're gonna get in 2 seconds if I give you who his father is. You're gonna get in 2 seconds. Or actually, maybe you won't because you'll still have to guess his first name.
Yeah.
So it's Sergei Zubov's kid.
Sergei Zubov. Sounds Russian to me. Can you repeat what team he played for?
He played on the Senators.
Senators.
Wearing number 53 for a cup of coffee for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Literally, he only played 11 career games with a -1 rating and 2 assists. Man never scored. Yeah, he was literally loaned to the KHL by the Senators on October 19th of 2009.
Oh my. I'm gonna say his name is Alexander Zubov.
That's actually a decent guess. Ilya.
Don't know.
Ilya Zubov. There we
Oh,
go.
cool. All right, now here's a good one. Pretty much the nostalgia. I'm gonna pull up 2 nostalgia players and then we can end this off.
All right. I think I got my next player as well.
Yeah. All right. This dude was drafted in the 1st round, 8th overall pick in the 2002 NHL draft by the young Minnesota Wild team. He played his whole entire career with the Wild, but was traded, not traded, but played his last season in the NHL with the Islanders in 2013-14.
Why do I know this? I know this. Hold up. I don't know any other hints.
He was seven games shy of 600 for 356 points.
I'm pretty confident in my answer. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going to go with Pierre-Marc Bouchard. Hey, that's good stuff right there. All right, well, I'm happy I got that one right. All right, on to my dude. This guy was undrafted, but don't worry, this one won't be as hard. He is a defenseman. He played on the Canadiens, Canucks, Rangers, and Flames. He last played in 2014-15 with Calgary. And he had 49 points in 201 career games. This is definitely a future nostalgia of the week if he hasn't retired by now, which he probably did.
played.
In bonus hint, he was traded straight up for Dale Weiss in 2014.
Oh, I know who he is. Oh, wait, can you repeat what team he plays for? Just want to make it clear.
Yeah, he played on the Canadians, Canucks, Rangers, and Flames.
Rafael Diaz.
You are correct. There you go.
He played for the Hershey Bears for like 5 minutes.
Oh, there we go. He also played for the Rangers for 5 minutes.
Cool.
Oops.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Now we got one more. All right. Who should I can go nuts on? Oh, I got an idea. No. Should I? I'll tell you who I was going for after this.
All right.
This dude was drafted in the 9th round in the 2001 NHL draft by the Anaheim Ducks, 264th overall. He played for a bunch of teams, but he could not stay anywhere. Blackhawks, Rangers, Islanders, Avalanche, Habs, Leafs, Devils, and Predators. 9 games away for 500 for 296 points.
Now, the guy who I'm thinking of, I never realized he played on the Predators or Blackhawks, but considering he played for the Ducks and he also played for was drafted by the Ducks, and he also played on the Islanders, Avalanche, and Canadians, leads me to believe it is P.A. Parento.
Yes, that is correct.
I did not know he played on the Predators, though. That is interesting.
All right, so here was the player that I was going for, and then we'll just end it off.
All right.
He was the first round, 8th overall, 2007 NHL draft by the Boston Bruins. 20 games, 4 points, 4 assists. He did not score a goal.
Dude, wait a minute. I know what this is. This is that god-awful center known as Zach Hamill. There you go. I can answer that one real quick. He sucked.
And he played for the Capitals.
The Bruins should trade up to get Patrick Kane that year.
Oh, really?
They should have anyway.
And then the Blackhawks will be frauds back then.
Oh, true.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up for Season 5, Episode 2 of the Powerskate Show. Season 5, Episode 3 will be next week. And we got the Stadium Series next week, which that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I unfortunately don't think I can commentate that, but that'll be fun. Maybe we can do a Powerskate reaction for that.
Yeah. So yeah, with that, do you guys want to follow our personal social media accounts? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow the Powerskate Show for news, updates when we go live, and all that good stuff? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow Grandfather from on his Instagram, Franchise Sports News? Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Flips of Sportsnet, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, which I just posted a video about an hour ago. So feel free to watch that whenever you get a chance. Follow my Instagram. We are like 90 subs away for 5,000. Yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. And Grant, would you like to add anything before we head off?
Oh, it was a great show tonight. I definitely love talking about all the jersey rumors, all the trade rumors. It's always good fun. I really enjoyed this week's episode. And yeah, maybe a future Stadium Series reaction in the works. We'll see. But yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated on that and all the social medias And again, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel for future Bruins broadcasts, future NASCAR broadcasts. Now that football's over and we switch into NASCAR gear, pun totally intended. We commentate NASCAR on the channel. Obviously, the Bruins broadcasts are going to be around until they eventually lose in the playoffs and all that good fun. So don't worry, my expectations are pretty low for the Bruins right now after them losing to the back-to-back to the Rangers and Islanders. But now we'll see what happens. But I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you next time.
All right. We knew what happened last week. I accidentally left. It was an accident. It was an accident. Now for real. You guys have a good night, and we will see you guys on season 5, episode 2. And tell all your friends that the Canadians are probably gonna get like the first 5 draft picks in a row, like Boston. Have a good night, guys, and we will see you guys next time.